Alright, if you volunteered for the search party, please circle up around the tree. Everyone else, back by the ship.
Officer Tomer, I have a bone to pick with you.
Did you volunteer to help me search?
No, but...
Then get back to the ship.
You are abandoning the large majority of your paying customers to chase after a man who wandered off of his own free will.
You didn't pay me, you paid Apis.
But...
Ashford, you're not coming with the search party. What are you doing over there?
B said to touch the tree to feel less stressed, and I'm really stressed right now.
Back to the ship. Now.
As I was saying, Amelie, Mommy is trying to have a conversation. Stop it. No.
Do you need some help, Savannah?
Baby, stop rolling on the ground. What is that? It's filthy. Give it to Mommy.
What's she found?
Ew, a sweaty old glove. Sweetie, you're a purebred super miniature teacup basset hound. You're above this.
Give me that. Now.
It's literally garbage, but fine.
This is Winnipeg's.
Okay.
It's the right size and color, and he only ever wears the one over his real hand. Sierra, does Amelie do any tracking?
She's a purebred, Tomer. She only does nose work and tracking for competition. She's not working class.
You know what? I don't care. I'm commandeering that dog.
You can't do that.
This is an emergency, and I'm in charge. Come on.
What happened to there's no crew and passengers, and it's just us survivors?
I mean...
Because that goes both ways, you know. You can't just declare yourself the leader without getting some pushback from the rest of us. Look at the last guy who was in charge. The captain just abandoned us for no reason.
Okay, here's a compromise. You come with us, with the dog, and I'll make sure everyone at home knows how helpful you were when we're rescued. Maybe Eastminster will give Amelie a little medal.
Eastminster doesn't give out those kinds of awards.
Savannah.
Fine. Just give me a minute to make sure I'm ready.
Group up at the tree when you're done. I'm going to have a word with Ray, and then we're setting off. Don't make me wait.
Crash of the Mellifera by Morgan Lane, Episode 13, Day 29, Real Fear. Captain, quickly, it's back and it's moving again.
I'm up. Just a second.
Well, hurry up. I can't risk using the klaxon without drawing its attention to us.
Yeah. Don't play the sirens at me. Hang on.
It began to emerge approximately 15.576 seconds ago. From the way it is currently moving, I would expect it to continue in roughly the same direction as yesterday.
I get the feeling it's actually trying to get somewhere instead of just wandering around, you know? It's weird.
Our knowledge of Lamarck behavior is largely incomplete, Captain. It may be perfectly natural for the species to follow established migratory paths during this season.
I guess. Whoa. I didn't know it could move that fast. Come on, can't you run?
I didn't have this sort of uneven terrain in mind when I fabricated... Oh!
Oh, come on. We don't have time for... Wait. Barkeep?
Not so loud, please.
I would ask why you are lying on the ground, but we have a more pressing matter to attend to. What are the coordinates?
Give him a chance to breathe, B.
Once again, I must remind you that Unit 9-146 is a machine and does not need to engage in aerobic respiration.
You know what I mean.
Thank you both, but I am not in need of rescue, nor do I wish to return with you to the ship. If you could continue on your way as though you had not tripped over me, I would appreciate it.
We can't do that. You have information that we require.
Come on, Barkeep. Running away into the wilderness isn't going to end well. You gotta know that. I mean, your clothes are ripped to hell. Not to mention your face.
If I have already suffered the worst of it, then I will manage.
Suffered? You could do without the organic tinted melodrama.
B, shut it. Here, let me help you up. Why were you lying on the ground? Were you hiding from that Lamarck thing?
Yes, has an alarmingly persistent interest in me, Captain, and I do not wish to find out what might happen when a large insectoid creature attempts to ingest a mechanical being that may remain aware of its surroundings for some time after being swallowed.
Don't be absurd. It isn't a snake. It would pull you apart into manageable pieces first.
How reassuring.
It hasn't bothered anyone back at the ship, though. If you come back with us, you should be safe.
For the final time, Captain, I am not returning with you to the ship or to Apis.
Ah, come on. We'll figure something out.
Fixing you won't cost that much.
It's not just the repairs that concern me. With all due respect, neither of you understand the position we daisies are in. Captain, I appreciate that you are willing to protect me from decommissioning insofar as your station allows. But what happens when you are reassigned to another vessel? What happens if, years from now, you are retired and I am left on the ship as the single oldest unit currently working for Apis Industries? Everything in my existence depends solely on the whims of organic choice. If I cost 300 credits more in upkeep than the other models, if my aesthetic no longer falls in line with favorable survey results, if one important client dislikes my face, then that's it for me. At least here in the wilderness, my demise will result from my own choices.
Maybe we could go to the Department of Organic Rights about this.
It isn't organic and it doesn't have rights, sir. It is equipment owned by Apis Industries.
What is wrong with you, B? If he gets protected by the government, then you will too.
I don't need protections, and neither does Unit 9-146. There's a system in place that works so long as we perform our intended functions.
A system put in place to do what, Worker B?
Don't use that tone with me. I have an office of some authority aboard the ship, and you are constructed to serve drinks.
I am asking you to answer the question. Please comply.
But I don't have to!
Answer the man's question. What's the system you're talking about there for?
If you do not comply, I will be forced to think it is because you can think of no suitable answer.
It is in place because that is the way the world works. Unit 9-146. Organics created us. Organics gave us everything we have so we can support them in their endeavors. If we all act according to their organizational structures and don't pretend like they're our enemies, then obviously they will take care of us.
What kind of mental backflips?
No! Let go!
Barkeep!
Sir!
B, come on.
I can't. Ah!
Damn! You're heavy.
I'm made of metal!
Whatever, just hold on.
Alright, we have food, water, lights, and some means of defense if things get hairy out there.
Sounds like you're prepared.
As prepared as we're going to get for a planet we know almost nothing about.
The child in my brain that loves old adventure stories wishes I was going with you guys.
I'm glad you're not. We need someone reliable back here to make sure the passengers don't forget to breathe.
You say that, but if my respirator keeps acting up, I'll be the one needing the reminder. I know I'm not just staying back for their sake.
It doesn't negate my point. I really am grateful you're here, Ray, and I'm not just saying that.
I know. Tomer, would you be against me contacting Yanis again?
Why would you want to do that?
Or just... I mean, we could get more information from her, I think. If I went about it the right way, tried to forge some good connections. Maybe if I found out more about her...
No.
Why not? We're gonna be working with her anyways.
For the same reason I didn't want to contact her before. She's with the captain, and he's proven himself to be untrustworthy.
Tomer, if you're going to trust me to watch everyone, you should trust that I can talk to this person without screwing us over.
I don't think you're gonna screw us over, Ray. Come on.
This is as much about trusting me as it is about her being dangerous. Why are you so reluctant to let me handle this?
Ray...
Is it something about me? Do you think I'm a pushover? Because I'm not.
It's nothing about you, Ray. Don't put words in my mouth.
Then give me a reason to not contact Yanis. I want to believe that you respect me, but if you can't trust me to make good decisions without being supervised, then...
It's not like that. We trusted Apis to give us a ship with software that wasn't going to malfunction and leave us stranded. We trusted the captain. I trusted the captain to, I don't know, not gut our radio and hide half of it in his bedroom. It's like my life keeps falling into this pattern where every time I trust someone, they either stab me in the back or end up being too selfish or incompetent to carry out their end of the deal. It's hard, Ray. It's not about you.
We could talk about it?
You sound like Martha. God, she must be worried sick. I can't think about her right now.
See? You can trust your wife at least, right? Not everyone is out to get you.
I know. Look, just accept that this is hard for me, alright?
I mean, obviously. Also, plus side, we already know we can't trust Yennis. I just want to establish a more friendly sounding relationship with her and get her up to speed with what's happened on the Mellifera. I could tell her B acted up, skirt over the captain's involvement, and see if there's any information she can give us about who she is and what her goals are.
That sounds harmless enough.
Is that a yes?
Sure. Just keep me posted on how she reacts and things. I want to know if she lets anything slip or if she doesn't get any friendlier.
I will. You can count on me.
Good. Stay safe. Don't let them push you around, and don't overexert yourself either.
You stay safe. I'm not facing man-eating bugs.
Duly noted. You have that extra U radio, and it's charged?
Stop worrying and get a move on.
Fine, just goodbye.
Bye, Tomer.
What kind of metal did you use to build this thing?
Well, steel, obviously. I apologize for not using something lighter for you. It's not like we had tons of spare titanium just lying around. And aluminum.
God.
Ah!
Ugh. Do you see them at all?
No signs beyond the disturbed grasses, but you'd be better equipped to follow that trail anyways.
Damn it. We were so close to.
Not to, quote, point fingers, end quote, but if you had let me ask it immediately for coordinates, we would have accomplished our goal.
Shut up.
You only say this because you know I am correct.
If we get him back, it won't matter. And the Lamarck would have grabbed him either way. We'd still be doing this.
No, we wouldn't. We'd have the coordinates.
Ugh. I'd still be doing this then. And actually, if you don't want to help, you can go back to the ship. I'll probably do better on my own anyways. I always do.
You value the Daisy simulation of companionship quite a bit, don't you? Golly, I'd think with your low opinion of Apis Industries, you'd have dismissed all of us artificial intelligences as subpar by now. We are products of the company, after all.
What is wrong with you?
Beg pardon?
Barkeep is scared. He's running for his life out here because he's afraid of your boss, and you don't care at all.
The, quote, fear, end quote, of a robot is of a different quality than that of an organic. Don't you know that? It's just a facsimile of what a sentient being experiences, so it doesn't matter. Also, to say I care or do not care about anything falls under the same umbrella of analogous terminology that does not.
What about your fear, B? I was there when you begged us not to tell Apis about you crashing the ship. If Barkeep's self-preservation doesn't matter, then neither does yours.
Well, that's exactly my point.
What does that even mean?
I should not have requested that you keep anything from Mr. Apis, but as a machine constructed in the image of organics, it is natural that in a high-stress situation, I forgot my place in the company hierarchy. I experienced a facsimile of fear, as I experience facsimiles of frustration, satisfaction, and even pride. It is the place of an artificial intelligence to manage those experiences internally instead of allowing them to burden the organic workers and customers around them. It was not real fear, no matter what I might have processed it as in the moment, just as Unit 9-146 does not experience real fear.
Okay, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense.
Actually, it's very obvious and logical. But that's what we were made for. Logical processing and the handling of complex data to support organics in their more important dealings.
I just decided I don't care. That's all way over my head, and so far as I'm concerned, Barkeep is a friend who needs my help. So, either support my important organic dealings, or go back to the ship.
If you're sure I won't continue to slow you down, wait.
Wait for what? Are you coming, or are you gonna go back to Ray and Tomer?
There is a hill to your right, sir. I recognize it. More to the point, I recognize the slight outcropping to the left side, approximately positive 9 degrees from where you are facing. The one that juts out at an unnatural right angle.
Okay, I see it. And?
That is not a rock sticking out from the hill. It is the topmost corner of a building behind the hill. I've seen it from here before.
You mean... No way.
It led us to the research station, sir. Ah, sir, wait up!
I need to stop. I think I'm getting a blister.
I told you to put on shoes better suited for walking around.
These are my walking around shoes. I wear these loafers to work when it's not a heels day. And before you say anything about my gym shoes, those are specifically formulated for my foot shape. I'm not wearing them out here where it's gonna ruin them with bug poo or get burrs stuck in the mesh.
Fine, we can stop. Rogers, keep the dog from running off.
Roger that.
My heel is all chafed. When I get home, it's over for Apis after I have a pedicure. I'm suing the crap out of this stupid company.
Because your feet hurt.
No. Obviously, it's about being stranded on this horrible planet. It's bad enough that it happened at all, but it happened to me. I'm the deputy press secretary for the patent office. Why didn't Apis make sure everything was running how it was supposed to be if he knew someone so important was on board?
I really couldn't tell you.
Even if a lawsuit doesn't work, I can make his life hell. They negotiate patents with us more than almost any other client, and he treats me like this?
Yeah, that sucks.
The sheer number of cases his lawyers have come out on top in due to technicalities and financial backing, the little arrangements he has with Elderson, the amount of times we've had to smooth things over on our end while he gets a slap on the wrist.
You tell him.
The only problem is the deal they made up top with the neural implant stuff. But I'm sure I could still find a way to make a charge stick. Make them think it doesn't work the way they want it to.
Uh-huh. Wait. Bee said something about neural implants when she was cracking up.
Oh, I signed an NDA. Pretend you didn't hear that.
Is it something I should know about? Is it likely to affect us at all?
Oh, of course not. Those are important military-grade dealings. Those are honestly way above my pay grade. They just had to come back and, well, I can't say anything else.
If you're sure.
Tomer, we found a trail. It looks like you might have been running from something really big.
Good work, Rogers. Time's up, Savannah. We need to go.
But
just think of the promotion being a hero is going to get you when we get home.
That's not how people get promoted in my office.
Yeah? How did they get promoted?
Seniority. And connections. You know, the way most people get promoted.
Not hard work?
What are you, 12? Of course not.
Shh.
What now?
Did you hear something? Like a clicking or a popping noise?
No, unless you mean your knees.
My knees don't click.
Oh, sure, right. Someone's just been making popcorn this whole time.
Haha. You'll be lucky if your joints are in this good of shape when you're my age.
Crash of the Mellifera is a podcast written and edited by Morgan Lane. This episode featured Morgan Lane as the voice of Worker B in Ashford, Lucas Martin as the voice of Captain Winnipeg, Rihanna Orr as Sierra Savannah, Michael Lane as Barkeep, Alexandria Young as Security Officer Tomer, and Amanda Jew as Ray. Our theme was written by Sam Kitch. Credits for other music and sound assets can be found in the episode description. For further information, check out the Mellifera project page on morganlanewrites.com or follow us on Tumblr at MelliferaCrash. Donations can be sent to our Ko-fi page at ko-fi.com/morganlanewrites. Thanks for listening.